So we are at Crowland Abbey, which is just outside of Peterborough. It's a lovely sunny day. There's a lot of history behind Crowland Abbey. You'll see when we get round to the other side of the abbey that half of the side is actually no longer there. I could probably find some information on the abbey and leave a link in the description if you wanted to go and check that out. Not quite sure what's down there, but that's not been explored for a while. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Hopefully we'll see some nature as well. Oh, I can see some squirrels. Squirrels around. There's a squirrel over there on that little bench. But there is a very unusual headstone in this church, and I will show you that a little bit later on. There is a little squirrel up in that tree. I don't think I'm going to be able to see him. This is a beautiful tree. Beautiful tree. You can see how the wood's just like twined a bit, and it's a gorgeous tree. There's a lot of nature around here as well, which is really nice. Some more beautiful trees, and there's a squirrel up there. He's racing around. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animals. And there's the back end of Crowland Abbey, and you can see where a lot of the left hand side, from where I'm standing, the left hand side is actually missing. Yeah, I will try and find some history on the abbey, and then I'll leave a link down in the description so you can have a look at that if you want to learn more about the abbey, or if you want to come out and visit. So it is called Crowland Abbey, just outside of Peterborough, heading towards Spalding. It's a beautiful location, as you can see. There's also a park over there, I believe, so if you wanted to bring your children to play on the park as well, probably a nice little picnic area over there. But yeah, if you do ever come out this way, be sure to visit Crowland Abbey, because it is an absolutely beautiful location. And it's well worth a visit. I mean, these trees are really, really pretty as well. Which definitely attracts a lot of nature. Squirrels and birds, and there's probably lots of nests up there. But yeah, there's another view of the cathedral. I don't know. Sorry, it's not a cathedral; it's an abbey. Sorry. Yeah, well worth a visit if you can get over here. We'll go and have a look in there shortly. We are going to carry on walking around for a little bit, and then we'll actually go inside. There's some very old headstones in here. One in particular, as you can see, is that one, which is obviously fallen over at some point, and unfortunately it's just being covered over by nature, which is a shame. But yeah, as we move up, there's actually a headstone. It's that tree ahead of us. There's a headstone that's actually in the tree trunk, and we'll go and have a look at that soon. We're just going to carry on walking around. Like I said, it's a beautiful day here in Crowland today. It is nice to see the nice weather coming out. I have missed the nice weather. So yeah, there's a lot of graves in here. It's another angle from this side to have a look at the abbey. So you can see up there, that must have been like a spiral at some point. It's like a spiral staircase maybe leading up to there. Yeah, like I say, I will find some information on the abbey. I'm not overly up on the history of this place. Never really done any research, but I will try and find some information for you guys, so you can have a look down in the description and find out what you want to basically look at. So yeah, we are going to carry on walking up through here. Glorious day. So there's two little archways here, one on the left side, one on the right side, and we'll take a step up here. And then this gives you a good view of how like the inside of this bit would have been. Absolutely stunning. We've got a little doorway there. Let me see that, because there we go. It's a very small door. I'm guessing this would have been like part where the vicar would have spoke, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But then these big areas here. That's that from another angle. A little walk over here. There are some stone coffins here as well. Well, you can see the shape of that one. And there's also two over here. And you can actually see the shape of how it would be if somebody was laying in there. We aren't going to head over to the back there because that is where people have sadly passed away and they've been buried, and there's people over there, so we won't be going over there, but we can walk around because I do want to show you this really interesting headstone that's inside a tree. So we're just going to continue walking around. I'll show you that from another angle there. Okay, so we've come to this absolutely amazing tree. As you can see on this corner here, there's actually a headstone which is inside the tree. So obviously what's happened there is the tree has just basically grown and there's a headstone there. And we can read on the headstone somebody called Ellen, but unfortunately can't see a year. Yeah, it's just really unusual how it's just like moulded around the tree, as you can see. And sadly someone's passed away, but they're actually buried underneath that tree. Unless, you know, the tree was buried for that person in memory, and obviously over the years it's just grown. But yeah, it's another angle of this amazing building.